Welcome to the African savanna, a vast and ancient landscape where the rhythm of life is dictated by the elements and the intricate web of nature. Stretching endlessly beneath a boundless blue sky, the savanna is a mosaic of golden grasslands, scattered with resilient acacia trees and shaped by the relentless African sun. The tall grasses, shimmering in the wind, provide both shelter and sustenance, concealing the drama of predator and prey that unfolds each day. Acacia trees, with their umbrella-shaped canopies, offer shade and nourishment to countless species, their thorny branches a testament to the evolutionary arms race between plant and herbivore. This ecosystem is a living tapestry, home to an astonishing diversity of life. Herds of zebra and wildebeest graze alongside towering giraffes, while elephants roam in matriarchal groups, shaping the land with every step. At the waterholes, the lifeblood of the savanna, animals gather in uneasy truce, ever watchful for the silent approach of predators. The savanna pulses with movement. Migratory herds traverse the plains in search of fresh grazing, while flocks of birds wheel overhead, their calls echoing across the open expanse. This land is ever-changing, sculpted by the cycles of rain and drought that define its seasons. The savanna experiences two distinct seasons, the lush, life-giving wet season and the harsh, unforgiving dry season. When the rains arrive, the landscape transforms. Parched earth erupts in a riot of green, rivers swell, and new life flourishes as plants burst into bloom and animals feast on the abundance. Rivers and waterholes brim with life, drawing animals from miles around, while insects emerge in clouds, providing food for birds and small mammals. As the dry season takes hold, the grasses wither to brittle brown, water sources shrink, and the struggle for survival intensifies. Animals embark on epic migrations, traversing vast distances in search of water and grazing, while predators follow, ever alert to opportunity. Elephants dig into dry riverbeds to uncover hidden water, while antelope stretch to nibble the last green leaves from thorny branches. From the tiniest dung beetle rolling its precious cargo to the mighty elephant shaping the landscape, every creature plays a role in the savanna's complex web of life. This is an ecosystem in perfect balance, where the actions of one species ripple through the lives of countless others. The sun's energy fuels the grasses, which feed the herbivores, whose movements disperse seeds and fertilize the soil, while predators keep populations in check, ensuring the health of the whole. Each animal, from the stealthy leopard to the industrious termite, has evolved remarkable adaptations, keen senses, specialized diets, and unique behaviors to survive and thrive in this challenging environment. Apex predators like lions and leopards rely on stealth and teamwork, their presence shaping the behavior and movement of entire herds. Herbivores, in turn, are constantly vigilant, their migrations and grazing patterns sculpting the landscape and supporting a myriad of other species. The interconnectedness of life here is profound. Predators, prey, scavengers, and decomposers all contribute to the health and resilience of the savanna. The savanna is home to some of the world's most iconic animals, each with its own story of adaptation and survival. Lions, the undisputed rulers of these plains, live in complex social groups and rely on cooperation to hunt and defend their territory. Elephants, led by wise matriarchs, possess extraordinary memories and deep social bonds, guiding their families through the challenges of drought and abundance. Cheetahs, the fastest land animals, rely on explosive speed and keen eyesight to chase down elusive prey in the open grasslands. Hyenas, often misunderstood, are both skilled hunters and resourceful scavengers, their complex social structures and vocalizations echoing across the night. Every animal, from the smallest insect to the largest mammal, is a master of survival, equipped with unique skills honed by millennia of evolution. As the sun sets in a blaze of color over the endless plains, the savanna comes alive with new sounds and stories, a testament to the resilience and beauty of life in this wild kingdom. Prepare to witness the intricate challenges and extraordinary wonders of the African savanna, a world where every day is a test of survival and every creature plays a vital role in the grand design of nature. In the heart of Africa's wild savanna, one animal stands above all others in both legend and reality, the lion. Revered as the king of the beasts, the lion's regal presence is unmistakable. With a mane that glows like fire in the sun, the adult male commands respect from all who cross his path. Unlike any other big cat, lions are deeply social creatures. Their lives revolve around the pride, a complex family unit that is the foundation of their strength and survival. A pride can be as small as a handful of lions or as large as 30 individuals, each with a unique role. This intricate social structure is built on cooperation, kinship, and a strict hierarchy. Living together offers many advantages. The pride provides warmth on cold nights, protection from rival predators, and a formidable force against intruders. At the heart of the pride are the lionesses, mothers, sisters, and daughters, bound by blood and loyalty. Their cubs play and grow under the watchful eyes of these experienced females, while a few dominant males maintain order and defend the group. The males, with their impressive manes, are not only symbols of power, but also serve as a shield, making them appear larger and more intimidating to rivals and threats. Their primary duty is to defend the pride's territory, a vast expanse of grassland, thickets, and waterholes. They patrol the borders relentlessly, always alert for signs of danger or trespassers. The lion's roar is its most powerful weapon. Echoing across the plains, it warns rivals to keep their distance and signals unity within the pride. This thunderous call can travel up to 5 miles, a declaration of dominance and a promise of swift retribution to any who dare challenge the pride's reign. While the males guard the realm, it is the lionesses who are the pride's true providers. Masters of stealth and strategy, they are the architects of every hunt. Lionesses hunt in tightly coordinated teams, using silent signals and years of experience to outwit their prey. Each member knows her place, moving with precision and patience. Their strategy is a masterpiece of teamwork. Some lionesses drive the prey forward, while others lie in wait, ready to ambush. They may encircle a zebra or wildebeest, cutting off every escape route. This level of cooperation is rare in the animal kingdom and is the secret to the pride's survival in a land where every meal is hard-won. Yet, even with skill and teamwork, success is never guaranteed. Most hunts end in failure, and hunger is a constant companion. To increase their chances, lions often hunt at dawn or dusk, when the shadows are long and the air is cool. These twilight hours give them the cover they need to approach their prey unseen. The tall grasses of the savanna are their greatest ally. Moving low and slow, the lionesses blend seamlessly into the landscape, their golden coats almost invisible. When the moment is right, they explode from cover in a burst of speed and power, closing the distance in seconds. A successful hunt is a moment of triumph for the pride. The kill is shared, but not equally. There is a strict order at the table. The dominant males eat first, replenishing their strength for the battles and patrols that keep the pride safe. Next come the lionesses, and finally the cubs, learning patience as they wait for their turn. This hierarchy ensures that those who defend and provide for the pride are always ready for the next challenge. For the cubs, every day is a lesson in survival. Play is their training ground where they practice the skills they will need as adults, stalking, pouncing, and wrestling with their siblings. These playful battles are more than just fun. They are vital rehearsals for the real hunts that await them. The cubs watch the adults closely, absorbing every detail of the hunt and the subtle rules of pride life. As apex predators, lions shape the very landscape of the savanna. Their presence keeps the herds of herbivores in check, preventing overgrazing and maintaining the delicate balance of this wild kingdom. By targeting the weakest or sickest animals, lions help ensure that only the strongest survive, strengthening the herds and the ecosystem as a whole. In this vast, untamed wilderness, the lion reigns supreme, not just as a hunter, but as a guardian of balance and a symbol of the wild's enduring power. This is the true kingdom of the king of the beasts. Now, let's meet the largest land animal on Earth, the African elephant. Towering above the grasslands, these magnificent creatures are a symbol of strength, wisdom, and grace in the wild. Despite their immense size and power, African elephants are renowned for their gentle nature and remarkable intelligence. Their brains are among the largest of any land animal, allowing them to solve complex problems, use tools, and display emotions such as joy, grief, and compassion. Elephants live in close-knit family groups called herds, which are the foundation of their social lives. These herds are made up of related females and their young, forming a community that is both nurturing and protective. At the heart of every herd is the matriarch, the oldest and most experienced female. Her leadership is vital as she guides the group with knowledge accumulated over decades, remembering the locations of water sources, safe migration routes, and the best feeding grounds. The matriarch is like the queen of the family, commanding respect and trust from every member. Her decisions can mean the difference between survival and hardship, especially during times of drought or danger. With her deep memory, she leads the herd to hidden waterholes during the harshest dry seasons and navigates the safest paths through the savanna, ensuring the well-being of all. The herd follows her with unwavering loyalty, relying on her wisdom and experience. This trust is built over years of shared challenges and triumphs, and it is the glue that holds the family together. Within the herd, bonds are incredibly strong. Elephants show affection by touching trunks, entwining them in greeting, and comforting each other in times of stress or loss. Their social connections are essential for emotional health and survival. When a calf is threatened, the entire herd responds instantly, forming a protective circle with the adults facing outward. This defensive formation shields the vulnerable young from predators, demonstrating the herd's unity and courage. Communication among elephants is sophisticated and subtle. They use deep, rumbling infrasound, vibrations so low that humans cannot hear them, to send messages across vast distances, sometimes spanning several kilometers. By placing their trunks and feet on the ground, elephants can detect these vibrations, allowing them to coordinate movements, warn of danger, or call distant family members, even when separated by miles of open savanna. Elephants are deeply empathetic. When a member of the herd dies, they often gather around the body, touching and caressing it with their trunks, and may remain nearby for hours or even days, mourning their loss. Beyond their family lives, elephants are powerful ecosystem engineers. Their daily activities shape the landscape, influencing the lives of countless other species. Their sheer size and strength allow them to break branches, topple trees, and clear dense vegetation. This creates open spaces and pathways, making it easier for smaller animals to move and for new plants to grow. As they travel, elephants open up the bush, creating corridors that benefit antelope, birds, and many other creatures, increasing the diversity and health of the ecosystem. During the dry season, elephants use their tusks and feet to dig deep into dry riverbeds, searching for hidden water. Their ability to locate and access underground water is vital for their survival and for many other animals. The waterholes they create become lifelines for a multitude of species, from zebras and antelope to birds and insects, sustaining life during the harshest times. Elephants are strict herbivores, feeding on a wide variety of vegetation, grasses, leaves, bark, and fruit. Their diet is vast, and they spend up to 16 hours a day foraging. An adult elephant can consume hundreds of kilograms of food each day, shaping the plant communities wherever they roam. Their powerful jaws and versatile trunks allow them to strip bark, uproot grasses, and pluck fruit from high branches, ensuring they make the most of every meal. As they move and feed, elephants disperse seeds in their dung across vast distances. Many plant species rely on elephants for this essential service, as their digestive systems help break down tough seed coats, aiding germination. The result is a greener, more diverse savanna with new trees and plants sprouting wherever elephants have passed, reinforcing their role as gardeners of the wild. The African elephant's influence is profound. By shaping the land, nurturing their families, and supporting countless other species, they ensure the savanna remains a vibrant, thriving ecosystem, a true testament to the gentle giants and great leaders of the animal kingdom. In the golden heart of the savanna, a shadow glides through the tall grass, sleek, silent, and supremely focused. This is the cheetah, nature's ultimate sprinter and the fastest hunter on four legs. With a burst of energy, the cheetah transforms from a graceful stalker to a living missile, reaching speeds that no other land animal can match. In a matter of seconds, it blurs across the plains, its body a marvel of evolutionary engineering. From a standstill, the cheetah can rocket to over 60 miles per hour in just 3 seconds, outpacing even the world's fastest sports cars in acceleration. This explosive power is the result of a unique combination of anatomical features. Every muscle, every bone, every tendon is tuned for speed. Its slender, aerodynamic body reduces wind resistance, while its deep chest houses an oversized heart and lungs, pumping oxygen at a furious rate. The cheetah's spine acts like a spring, flexing and extending with each stride, allowing its long legs to cover up to 25 feet in a single bound. Its limbs are long and powerful, with semi-retractable claws that dig into the earth, providing traction like the spikes of a champion sprinter. The cheetah's head is small and lightweight, minimizing drag, while its large nasal passages gulp in air to fuel its muscles. Unlike other big cats, the cheetah's claws remain exposed, gripping the ground with every stride, and its footpads are hard and ridged for extra stability. But speed alone is not enough. The cheetah is a solitary hunter, relying on stealth and strategy to get within striking distance of its prey. A mother cheetah will raise her cubs alone, teaching them the art of patience and the secrets of the hunt hidden in the tall grass. Adult females roam vast territories, hunting alone, their golden coats blending seamlessly with the sunlit savanna. Male cheetahs, on the other hand, sometimes form coalitions, tight-knit groups of brothers that work together to defend territory and take down larger prey. In these coalitions, teamwork allows them to challenge animals much bigger than themselves, a rare advantage in the harsh world of the savanna. Cheetahs are diurnal hunters, relying on daylight to spot their quarry. Their keen eyesight can pick out the flicker of a gazelle or the movement of a young wildebeest from hundreds of yards away. They scan the horizon, calculating distance and wind, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. With a target locked, the cheetah lowers itself, using its dappled coat as camouflage, inching closer with every silent step. Only when it is within 100 yards does the chase begin, a breathtaking explosion of speed and agility. The cheetah weaves and darts, reading every twist and turn of its prey, its body responding in perfect harmony to the demands of the hunt. Its long, muscular tail acts as a counterbalance, swinging like a rudder to help the cheetah pivot at breakneck speeds, never losing sight of its quarry. But this incredible burst of speed comes at a steep price. The cheetah's body overheats rapidly, and after less than a minute it must stop, panting, trembling, utterly spent. Its muscles flood with lactic acid, and its heart pounds furiously. For a few precious moments the cheetah is vulnerable, unable to defend itself or its hard-won meal. Whether the hunt ends in triumph or defeat, exhaustion is guaranteed. The cheetah must rest, sprawled in the grass, catching its breath before it can even think of eating. This is the most perilous time. The scent of a fresh kill drifts on the wind, drawing the attention of larger, more powerful predators. The cheetah's eyes dart, ever watchful for the approach of lions, hyenas, or even leopards, any of whom could steal its prize in an instant. Often the cheetah is forced to abandon its meal, outmatched by sheer strength and numbers, its efforts lost to the relentless competition of the savanna. This harsh reality is a constant challenge. Built for speed, not for battle, the cheetah must choose flight over fight, time, and again. Even the smallest cubs are at risk, hidden in the grass while their mother hunts, vulnerable to the ever-present dangers that stalk the plains. The struggle for survival is relentless. Only a fraction of cheetah cubs will reach adulthood, their fate shaped by the unforgiving laws of the wild. Yet, against all odds, the cheetah endures, an icon of speed, grace, and resilience, perfectly adapted to the open plains, and forever the fastest hunter on 4 legs. In the heart of the African savanna, a remarkable survivor roams, one that is often misunderstood and underestimated, the spotted hyena. While many believe hyenas are simply scavengers, feeding only on the remains left by other predators, the truth is far more complex and impressive. Spotted hyenas are, in fact, among the savanna's most successful hunters, catching the majority of their own meals through skill, strategy, and sheer determination. Their intelligence shines brightest in their social lives. Hyenas live in large, complex groups known as clans, where cooperation and communication are essential for survival. These clans can number up to 80 individuals, forming tight-knit communities led by a dominant female, a matriarch whose leadership is respected and rarely challenged. In hyena society, females are not only larger and stronger than males, but they also hold the highest ranks, making crucial decisions for the group. The matriarch leads her clan with authority, guiding them through the challenges of the wild and ensuring their survival. When it comes to hunting, teamwork is everything. Hyenas coordinate their movements, using vocalizations and body language to outmaneuver their prey. Unlike the explosive speed of a cheetah, hyenas rely on endurance. They are built for long-distance chases, able to pursue prey for miles across the open plains. Their stamina allows them to relentlessly track animals like wildebeest and zebra, wearing them down until the hunt is won. Through careful coordination, hyenas isolate weaker individuals from herds, using patience and persistence to secure a meal. Their famous laugh is actually a sophisticated language, a series of whoops, giggles, and calls that convey excitement, stress, or rally the clan during hunts. Each sound carries meaning, helping hyenas coordinate, warn of danger, or express their place in the social hierarchy. This complex communication system is vital for maintaining order and unity within the clan. Physically, hyenas are just as impressive. Their jaws are among the most powerful in the animal kingdom, capable of crushing bones with ease. This strength allows them to access the nutritious marrow inside bones, a resource few other predators can reach. By consuming every part of a carcass, hyenas leave little to waste, making them nature's ultimate recyclers. After lions and other predators have finished, hyenas move in, cleaning up the remains and ensuring nothing is left to rot. This vital role helps prevent the spread of disease and keeps the savanna ecosystem healthy and balanced. By devouring even the toughest bones, hyenas act as the savanna's cleanup crew, leaving almost nothing behind. Their adaptability is legendary. Hyenas thrive in harsh environments, from arid plains to dense woodlands, surviving on whatever food is available. Opportunistic and resourceful, they can eat almost anything, meat, bone, even fruit, making them some of the most versatile carnivores in Africa. This adaptability brings them into frequent conflict with other top predators, especially lions, with whom they compete fiercely for food. Large hyena clans are bold enough to challenge lions, sometimes driving them away from a fresh kill through sheer numbers and determination. These confrontations are intense, showcasing the hyena's courage and the constant struggle for survival in the wild. The spotted hyena stands as a symbol of intelligence, strength, and resilience. an animal perfectly adapted to the challenges of its world. Through their social bonds, adaptability, and vital ecological role, hyenas help maintain the delicate balance of the savanna, ensuring its survival for generations to come. The African savanna stretches endlessly beneath the sun, a living tapestry woven from golden grasses and scattered acacia trees. Here, life is defined by movement, and the land is shaped by the creatures that roam it. While the savanna is renowned for its formidable predators, it is the immense herds of herbivores, plant-eating animals, that truly bring the landscape to life. These herds are astonishing in their scale, sometimes numbering in the tens or even hundreds of thousands. Wildebeest, zebra, and African buffalo gather in vast, shifting masses, their hooves thundering across the plains as they search for food and water. For the predators, lions, hyenas, and others, these herds are a moving banquet, a feast that never stays in one place for long. The predators watch, wait, and stalk, always searching for a moment of weakness or a chance to strike. But the herbivores are not defenseless. Their survival depends on constant vigilance and cooperation. Safety lies in numbers. When thousands of animals move as one, it becomes nearly impossible for a predator to single out a target. The swirling, shifting mass of bodies confuses the eye, making it difficult for even the sharpest hunter to focus on a single animal. This is the essence of the moving feast, a never-ending game of strategy and survival. Among all the migrations, the journey of the wildebeest stands out as one of nature's greatest spectacles. Each year, more than 1 million wildebeest, joined by hundreds of thousands of zebras and gazelles, embark on a relentless trek that covers hundreds of miles. They follow the rains, chasing the promise of fresh green grass, and in doing so they create a living river that flows across the savanna. The migration is a test of endurance and instinct. Wildebeest and zebra travel side by side, their fates intertwined. The zebra's bold black and white stripes serve as a unique defense, creating a dazzling pattern when they stand together. This visual confusion, known as motion dazzle, can disorient predators during a chase, making it harder for them to lock onto a single animal. When the herd is on the move, the stripes blur and blend, creating a living illusion that can mean the difference between life and death. For a lion or hyena, the confusion is real, and a moment's hesitation can allow a zebra to escape. The African buffalo, meanwhile, relies on strength and unity. With massive bodies and formidable horns, buffaloes are not easy prey. When threatened, they form tight defensive circles, placing their young and vulnerable in the center, while the adults face outward, ready to confront any attacker. If a lion dares to attack, the herd may charge as one, driving the predator away with sheer force and determination. Even the bravest lion must think twice before challenging a united herd of buffalo. The bond between herd members is strong. They will defend their own fiercely, and a single buffalo, when cornered, can be a formidable opponent. But together, they are nearly unstoppable, a living wall of muscle and horn. The impact of these herds goes far beyond predator-prey drama. As they graze, they trim the grasses, preventing overgrowth and reducing the risk of wildfires. Their constant movement ensures that no single area is overgrazed, allowing the land to recover and thrive. Every step they take, every mouthful of grass, and every dropping left behind helps to fertilize the soil, enriching it for new growth. The herds are gardeners of the savanna, shaping the land as they move. The migration is fraught with danger. Rivers swollen by rain become deadly obstacles where crocodiles lie in wait. The weakest may fall to exhaustion, hunger, or the jaws of predators. Yet the herds press on, driven by ancient instincts and the promise of renewal. In this endless cycle, the wildebeest, zebras, and buffalo are not merely prey. They are the heartbeat of the savanna, sustaining predators and shaping the very environment they inhabit. Their epic journeys and daily struggles are a testament to the resilience and interconnectedness of life in this wild, ever-changing land. Life in the savage kingdom is a constant struggle for survival. Every day, Animals must overcome a series of natural challenges just to stay alive. The search for food and water is relentless, especially during the dry season, when resources become scarce and competition intensifies. Predation is a daily threat. Prey animals like antelope and zebra must always be alert, as predators such as lions, cheetahs, and hyenas are constantly on the hunt. The chase is unforgiving, and only the most vigilant and swift survive. Drought is another formidable challenge. When the rains fail, rivers dry up and waterholes shrink, forcing animals to travel great distances in search of water. The weak and the young are especially vulnerable, and many do not survive the harsh conditions. Competition for resources is fierce. Herds of grazers must share limited grass and water, while browsers like giraffes stretch to reach the last remaining leaves. Even among the same species, there can be intense rivalry for territory, mates, and food. Territorial disputes are common. Prides of lions, clans of hyenas, and herds of elephants all defend their domains fiercely. These confrontations can lead to injury or even death, as each group fights to secure the resources they need to survive. Raising young in the wild is a monumental task. Mothers must protect their offspring from predators and teach them the skills they need to survive. Many young animals fall victim to predation or starvation before reaching adulthood. Scavengers and opportunists are always waiting for a moment of weakness. Injured or sick animals quickly become targets for vultures, jackals, and crocodiles, who play a crucial role in the ecosystem by cleaning up what others leave behind. Migration is one of the greatest tests of endurance. Herds of wildebeest and zebra travel hundreds of kilometers in search of fresh grazing, braving treacherous river crossings and the ever-present threat of predators. When food is scarce, predators must cover vast distances to find prey, and the strong must lead the way. The balance between predator and prey is delicate, and any shift can have dramatic consequences for the entire ecosystem. Communication and cooperation are vital. Many animals rely on alarm calls and group vigilance to warn each other of danger. Herds and flocks work together to increase their chances of survival. Injuries and illness are part of life in the wild. Animals must recover quickly or risk falling behind the group, becoming easy targets for predators or rivals. Despite all these hardships, the animals of Africa have evolved remarkable adaptations to survive. Their resilience and determination are a testament to the power of nature and the ongoing struggle for life in the savage kingdom. When we look out over the endless savanna, it's easy to see only the surface, a sea of grass, scattered trees, and the silhouettes of animals moving in the distance. But beneath this breathtaking view lies a web of life, intricate and fragile, where every animal has a purpose that goes far beyond what we might imagine. Each species, from the towering elephant to the smallest insect, is a thread in the fabric of the savanna. Their lives are woven together in ways that keep the ecosystem balanced and thriving. The savanna is a living system where every animal's actions ripple outward. Grazers like zebras and wildebeest trim the grasses, shaping the landscape and making room for new growth. Their constant movement stirs up insects, which in turn feed birds and reptiles. Predators such as lions, hyenas, and leopards are the guardians of balance. By hunting the weak and the sick, they keep herds healthy and prevent any one species from overwhelming the land. Their presence ensures that the cycle of life continues unbroken. Elephants are the architects of the savanna. With their immense strength, they dig waterholes that become lifelines during the dry season, not just for themselves, but for countless other creatures. As they travel, they break branches and uproot trees, opening up the landscape and allowing sunlight to reach the ground, which encourages new plants to grow. Seeds pass through their bodies and are scattered far and wide, giving rise to new life. Cheetahs, the fastest animals on land, are marvels of evolution. Their speed and agility are not just for show. They help control populations of smaller antelope, ensuring that the grasslands are not overgrazed. Even their cubs, vulnerable and hidden in the grass, are part of the food web, sometimes falling prey to other predators and thus supporting the cycle of life. Scavengers like vultures and marabou storks are the cleanup crew. They descend on carcasses, stripping them clean and preventing the spread of disease. Without them, the savanna would be littered with remains, and deadly bacteria could threaten every living thing. Herds of animals move in great migrations, their hooves churning the soil and their droppings fertilizing the earth. This constant movement and renewal keep the land fertile and productive, supporting life in every corner of the savanna. But if even one of these animals disappears, the consequences can be devastating. The loss of a single species can unravel the entire system, leaving the land barren and silent. Without predators, herbivores like wildebeest could multiply unchecked, devouring every blade of grass until nothing remains but dust and bare earth. The land would quickly degrade, unable to support the rich diversity of life that once thrived there. Rivers would dry up and the soil would blow away in the wind. If elephants vanish, waterholes dry up and ancient paths disappear. Many animals would struggle to find water, and entire populations could collapse. Protecting these animals means protecting the heartbeat of the savanna. It means ensuring that the grass grows, the rivers flow, and the skies are filled with the calls of birds and the thunder of hooves. Every animal, no matter how small or elusive, is a vital part of this living tapestry. Their presence is a sign of a healthy, functioning ecosystem. Even the smallest creatures, spiders, beetles, and termites, play roles as pollinators, recyclers, and builders. They break down waste, aerate the soil, and help plants grow, supporting the giants of the savanna in ways we rarely see. The relationships between animals and plants are just as important. Birds nest in the branches of baobab trees, giraffes feed on acacia leaves, and each interaction shapes the world around them. When the rains return, the savanna bursts back to life. The animals, each playing their part, ensure that this cycle continues year after year, generation after generation. Their footprints, droppings, and even their deaths nourish the land, feeding plants and insects, and starting the cycle anew. The savanna is a masterpiece of nature, shaped by the lives and struggles of its animals. To lose them would be to lose the very soul of this wild and ancient land. When we protect these animals, we are not just saving individual lives, we are preserving the harmony and resilience of an entire world, one that has evolved over millions of years. Their stories are written in every blade of grass, every paw print, and every sunrise. The savanna's future depends on them, just as they depend on each other. By understanding and valuing their roles, we can ensure that the savanna remains a place of wonder, beauty, and life for generations to come. The future of Africa's savage kingdom is intricately tied to the health of its wild landscapes and the survival of every species that calls it home. Conservation is not just about saving individual animals, it's about preserving the delicate balance of entire ecosystems. When rhinos graze and elephants roam, they shape the land, create waterholes, and open pathways that countless other creatures depend on. Every successful birth of a rhino calf or the safe passage of an elephant herd is a testament to the power of dedicated protection and the resilience of nature. Advanced technology, like GPS collars and aerial drones, allows us to monitor animal movements and respond swiftly to threats. These tools help conservationists understand migration patterns, prevent poaching, and ensure that predators and prey can coexist in harmony. The great migrations of wildebeest and antelope are more than a spectacle. They are the lifeblood of the savanna, nourishing predators and fertilizing the soil. Protecting these ancient roots is essential for the survival of all who depend on them. Each species, from the mighty lion to the elusive cheetah and the ever-watchful hyena, plays a unique role. Lions regulate herbivore populations, cheetahs keep prey species healthy by culling the weak, and hyenas recycle nutrients back into the ecosystem. The interconnectedness of these animals forms a web of life that sustains the savanna. When one thread is broken, the entire system is at risk. The choices we make, even from afar, ripple across continents. Refusing to buy ivory or products made from endangered species helps reduce demand and gives these animals a fighting chance. Supporting responsible tourism and conservation initiatives ensures that the value of living wildlife far outweighs that of poached trophies. When the world treasures these animals alive, their habitats are preserved and their future is secured. Conservation is also about creating sustainable futures for the land itself. When the savanna thrives, it provides clean water, fertile soil, and a stable climate for all life, animal and plant alike. Waterholes become gathering places for a multitude of species, each one contributing to the health of the ecosystem. Giraffes prune the treetops, zebras graze the grasses, and antelope keep the undergrowth in check. Even from a distance, we can support these efforts by raising awareness, funding research, and advocating for stronger protections for wild places. Every action, no matter how small, contributes to a larger movement. Donations fund anti-poaching patrols, habitat restoration, and scientific studies that guide future conservation. Collaboration between scientists, rangers, and local communities is vital. Together, they create strategies that protect not just individual animals, but the entire tapestry of life. The roar of the lion and the trumpet of the elephant are the voices of the wild, echoing across the plains. By safeguarding their world, we ensure that these sounds will continue to inspire awe for generations to come. The story of Africa's savage kingdom is still being written. With vigilance, respect, and collective action, we can help keep its wild heart beating strong, now and always. As the sun sinks below the horizon and the savanna cools, a new chapter of life begins. Under the vast canopy of stars, the African night awakens with silent movement and unseen drama. This is the secret realm of the nocturnal predators, masters of stealth, adapted to thrive when darkness veils the land. The spotted hyena, often misunderstood, emerges as a formidable force, with acute hearing and a sense of smell that can detect prey from kilometers away. Hyenas travel in clans, communicating through eerie whoops and laughs. Their powerful jaws can crush bone, allowing them to consume parts of a carcass left untouched by other animals. But hyenas are not just scavengers. Under the cover of night, they hunt in coordinated groups, using teamwork and relentless stamina to exhaust and overpower prey much larger than themselves. Close by, the elusive leopard prowls in silence, with rosette-patterned fur blending seamlessly into the dappled moonlight and dense foliage. Leopards are the embodiment of stealth. They patrol their territories alone, relying on keen night vision and sensitive whiskers to navigate the darkness. A single swift pounce is often all it takes. The leopard's powerful jaws clamp around the neck of its target, ending the hunt in a heartbeat. To protect its meal from rivals, the leopard hauls its prize high into the branches where only it can feast in peace. Meanwhile, the African civet and the serval, smaller but no less skilled, slip through the grasses. The serval's oversized ears swivel to catch the faintest rustle of a rodent, while its long legs give it an aerial view above the grass. With a sudden leap, the serval can snatch birds mid-flight or pluck frogs from hidden pools. The civet, with its masked face, forages for insects, eggs, and fruit, playing a crucial role in controlling pest populations and dispersing seeds across the landscape. Even the owl, silent and spectral, joins the hunt. With wings designed for noiseless flight and eyes adapted to the faintest light, the owl glides low over the open terrain, striking with pinpoint accuracy. Each nocturnal predator is finely tuned to its role, shaping the nighttime ecosystem in vital ways. They keep prey populations in balance, remove the weak and the sick, and ensure the savanna remains healthy and resilient. While the world sleeps, these hunters maintain the delicate equilibrium of the night, unseen but essential. As dawn approaches and the first golden rays touch the grass, the nocturnal hunters retreat to shadowy lairs and hidden hollows. Their work is done, until darkness falls once more, and the secret lives of the Savanna's night stalkers begin anew. As the first light of dawn stretches across the African savanna, a different kind of worker rises to action, one often overlooked but absolutely vital. Meet the scavengers, nature's clean-up crew, who quietly protect the health of the ecosystem with every meal they consume. High above, a silhouette circles the sky. It's the vulture, master of the winds, and unrivaled in its ability to find food. With keen eyesight, vultures spot the faintest sign of a carcass from kilometers away. They descend in flocks, their bald heads perfectly adapted to reach deep inside remains, without carrying away dangerous bacteria. By swiftly devouring dead animals, vultures prevent the spread of deadly diseases that could threaten countless other species. On the ground, the jackal moves with purpose. Agile and opportunistic, jackals patrol the savanna for leftovers from larger predators. Their sharp senses lead them to scraps and bones, which they consume with remarkable efficiency. Jackals rarely let anything go to waste, ensuring that every bit of nourishment is cycled back into the ecosystem. Together, these scavengers perform a service that benefits all. They remove decaying matter before it can become a breeding ground for harmful pathogens. By cleaning up the remains of the day and night's drama, they help keep water sources pure and the air fresh. In doing so, vultures and jackals play a silent but crucial role in sustaining the delicate balance of the savanna. Without these unsung heroes, disease could spread unchecked, and the landscape would soon be overwhelmed by the remains of the fallen. Instead, the scavengers' tireless work keeps the savanna healthy, vibrant, and ready for the next cycle of life. In the grand story of the African wilderness, scavengers are not just survivors, they are guardians, quietly ensuring that life in all its forms can continue to thrive. The African savanna is a land of extremes, where the rhythm of life is set by the changing seasons. Each year, the landscape transforms, lush and green during the rains, then dry and golden as the months pass. For the animals who call this place home, survival means adapting to these cycles, using ancient instincts and remarkable strategies. As the rainy season arrives, thunderclouds roll across the horizon, soaking the earth and turning parched grasslands into a sea of green. Rivers swell, watering holes fill, and food becomes abundant. Herds of wildebeest, zebra, and gazelle gather in vast numbers, grazing and raising their young in the safety of numbers. Predators like lions and cheetahs take advantage of this bounty, their cubs born into a world of plenty. But as the rains fade and the dry season tightens its grip, the savanna changes. Waterholes shrink, grass withers, and competition grows fierce. Elephants travel great distances, guided by memory and the scent of hidden water, digging into dry riverbeds to uncover life-saving pools. Giraffes stretch their necks even higher, reaching for the last tender leaves at the tops of acacia trees. For some, the dry season means moving on. Wildebeest and zebra begin their epic migrations, crossing vast distances in search of greener pastures. Their journey is perilous, but it's a race against thirst and hunger, a test of endurance written into their very bones. Other animals adapt in place. Lions and hyenas become more territorial, defending dwindling resources. Smaller creatures like meerkats and ground squirrels retreat to their burrows during the hottest hours, emerging only when the air cools. Birds, such as the quelea, gather in enormous flocks, searching for seeds and water, their movements painting shifting patterns in the sky. Throughout these seasonal changes, every animal has a role to play. Some are built for endurance, others for agility, and all rely on finely tuned behaviors passed down through generations. The savanna's cycles of rain and drought are both challenge and opportunity, a test of resilience and adaptability. In the end, It is these seasonal rhythms that shape life on the savanna, forging survivors from the most unlikely of creatures and ensuring that no matter how harsh the conditions, the dance of life continues. On the African savanna, every day is a contest of skill, cunning, and adaptation, a high-stakes game played between predator and prey. Here, survival is not just about speed or strength, but about strategy and instinct honed by generations. For prey animals, blending in is often the first line of defense. Gazelles and impalas wear coats that mirror the dappled light and tall grasses, making them nearly invisible when danger lurks nearby. Young animals crouch low, their spotted fur breaking up their outline in the shifting shade, nature's own camouflage. But predators have their tricks as well. Lions, with their tawny coats, become shadows in the golden grass, stalking ever closer before the final burst of speed. Leopards, masters of stealth, move silently through the underbrush, their spotted pelts mimicking the dance of sunlight and leaves. Some animals turn to mimicry for survival. The harmless African egg-eating snake flattens its head and hisses, imitating the venomous cobra to deter would-be attackers. Even birds like the fork-tailed drongo use deception, mimicking alarm calls of other species to scare animals away from food, swooping in to steal a meal. In this world of constant tension, every sense is heightened. Prey animals twitch their ears and scan the horizon, always alert for the slightest movement. Wildebeest and zebras form large herds, relying on many eyes and the confusion of numbers to outwit prowling hunters. Predators, in turn, use teamwork and patience. A pride of lions will work together, circling a herd to flush out the weakest member. Wild dogs communicate with subtle signals, coordinating chases that can last for miles. Every encounter is a test of tactics. Sometimes the hunter prevails, other times the prey escapes, its quick reflexes and clever maneuvers winning the day. This endless cycle shapes not just the bodies of these animals, but their minds and behaviors, a living chess match played out across the grasslands. Through camouflage, mimicry, and the ceaseless push and pull of predator and prey, the savanna remains a place of balance and wonder, where survival is the ultimate prize in nature's ongoing game. Across the vast African savanna, water is more than a resource. It is the very heartbeat of life. Rivers, lakes, and seasonal watering holes carve invisible highways through the grasslands, dictating the movements of animals large and small. As the dry season tightens its grip, these precious oases become the stage for dramatic gatherings and tense encounters. Every year, the great herds answer the call of water. Wildebeest, zebras, and antelope travel in their thousands, following ancient migration routes etched into memory by generations of survival. Their journey is relentless, driven by the scent of distant rain and the promise of lush grazing near fresh water. Along the way, they must cross treacherous rivers, risking crocodile-infested waters for the life-sustaining drink on the other side. At the water's edge, the boundaries between predator and prey blur. Elephants arrive in matriarchal groups, their trunks searching for the deepest pools, digging into the riverbed if the surface dries. Hippos emerge from the depths, their massive bodies cooling in the midday heat. Birds gather in flocks, from tiny sandgrouse to stately storks, each taking turns at the shoreline. Yet where water gathers, so does danger. Lions and leopards lie in wait, knowing that thirst will draw even the most cautious animals into the open. Crocodiles remain nearly invisible beneath the surface, patient and motionless until the perfect moment to strike. Even the smallest creatures, terrapins, frogs, and insects, time their life cycles to the rhythm of the rains, emerging in explosive numbers when pools form. Competition for water can lead to surprisingly complex interactions. Dominant animals such as bull elephants or buffalo may guard the best access points, while smaller species wait at the fringes, ever watchful for both predators and rivals. Some, like the clever honey badger, dig for hidden reserves, tapping underground streams that escape the notice of larger animals. As the rains finally return, the savanna transforms. parched earth bursts into green, and temporary pools mirror the sky. New life flourishes, calves, chicks and cubs born into a world refreshed. But the cycle is never-ending. The rhythm of water shapes not only where animals travel, but how they live, interact and survive together. In the African savanna, water is the ultimate architect, sculpting migrations, forging alliances, and setting the stage for the timeless dance of life. Across the Golden Plains, a quiet revolution unfolds each day. A showcase of survival honed by millennia. The herbivores of the African savanna are more than just grazers and browsers. They are architects of the ecosystem, each with unique adaptations that allow them to thrive in a land of fierce competition and constant change. Take the towering giraffe, for example. Its impossibly long neck isn't just for show. It allows access to tender leaves high in the acacia trees, far above the reach of other browsers. With a tongue nearly half a meter long and tough enough to handle sharp thorns, the giraffe delicately plucks the choicest morsels, shaping the very trees it feeds upon. On the ground below, zebras and wildebeest form vast herds, each specializing in different grasses. Zebras use their strong teeth to crop the toughest, driest blades, paving the way for wildebeest and gazelles to graze on the softer, new shoots that follow. This staggered feeding strategy means less competition and more efficient use of the savanna's bounty. But survival here is about more than food. It's about staying alive. Many herbivores have evolved remarkable defenses. The impala, with its lightning-fast reflexes and zigzagging leaps, confuses predators and escapes danger in a blur of motion. The sturdy Cape buffalo stands its ground, forming protective circles with horns out, ready to face down any threat as a united front. Even the smallest antelope, like the dik-dik, have their own tricks. Tiny and elusive, they freeze at the slightest sound, blending perfectly into the undergrowth. Some, like the hartebeest, rely on keen eyesight and elevated head posture to spot danger from afar, sending silent signals to the herd with a flick of the ear or a sudden dash. Herbivores also shape the land in profound ways. Elephants, the savanna's engineers, uproot trees and dig water holes, creating habitats for countless other species. Grazing herds keep grasses in check, preventing bush encroachment and maintaining the open plains that define the savanna. Every mouthful taken, every step made ripples through the ecosystem. From the gentle giants to the fleet-footed antelope, these herbivores are key players in the savanna's endless cycle of life, each adapted not just to survive, but to help sustain the world around them. Beneath the towering feet of elephants and the thundering herds of wildebeest, an unseen world thrives, a bustling metropolis of insects quietly shaping the fate of the African savanna. Though often overlooked, these tiny creatures are the unsung engineers, recyclers and pollinators whose daily work sustains the very foundation of life on the plains. Termites, for instance, are master builders. Their mud towers rise above the grasses, some taller than a person, housing millions in a perfectly regulated climate. Inside, they break down tough plant matter, recycling dead wood and grasses into rich fertile soil. This process not only cleans the savanna, but also nourishes new plant growth, supporting grazing herbivores from the ground up. Beneath the surface, dung beetles embark on Herculean tasks, rolling and burying balls of dung many times their own weight. In doing so, they clean the landscape of waste, enrich the soil, and disperse seeds, each beetle a miniature gardener, ensuring the next generation of grass and wildflowers. Above ground, armies of ants patrol the savanna, aerating the soil as they tunnel and hunt. Some species protect acacia trees from hungry herbivores. Forming a remarkable alliance, the ants defend their home in exchange for shelter and sweet nectar, creating micro-ecosystems where both plant and insect flourish. And while the sun blazes overhead, butterflies and bees flit from bloom to bloom, orchestrating the vital process of pollination. Their delicate touch ensures that the savanna's wildflowers and trees can reproduce, feeding not just themselves but countless birds, mammals, and even humans who rely on these plants. Even in the dead of night, the insect world does not rest. Crickets sing, moths flutter, and glowworms light up the darkness, each playing a role in the intricate web of life. Every buzzing wing, every tiny footstep, is a testament to the resilience and ingenuity of these miniature marvels. In the grand tapestry of the savanna, insects are the silent force that binds it all together. Tiny titans whose efforts make the survival of giants possible. Without them, the golden plains would fall silent, and the great herds would fade away. Their hidden world is the engine of life, driving the endless cycle that defines the African savanna. Across the vast expanse of the African savanna, subtle changes are unfolding. Changes that ripple through the grasslands, silently altering the fate of every creature that calls this place home. Climate change, once a distant warning, is now a force reshaping the landscape in ways both visible and invisible. Rainfall patterns grow unpredictable. Seasons of abundance are punctuated by longer, harsher droughts. And when the rains do come, they arrive in fierce, torrential bursts. Rivers that once meandered lazily across the plains now dry up before their time, leaving elephants and buffalo to travel ever farther for a life-giving drink. Waterholes shrink, and the competition for this precious resource intensifies. Thirsty herds gather in dwindling numbers while crocodiles and hippos wait in the muddy remnants, their survival hanging in the balance. The grasses, lifeblood of the savanna, wither under the relentless sun. Wildebeest and zebras, the great migrators, must journey longer distances in search of food, their calves struggling to keep pace. Lions and cheetahs, too, feel the strain, as their prey grows scarce and weakened by hunger. Even the mighty baobab trees, ancient sentinels of the plains, begin to show signs of stress, dropping their leaves too soon, their branches reaching for rain that never comes. Insects, the tiny titans of the savanna, are not immune. Termite mounds become abandoned as colonies collapse under the weight of extreme heat. Pollinators, confused by shifting flowering times, miss the narrow windows to feed and breed. This delicate timing, honed by millennia, is thrown into disarray. The balance between predator and prey, plant and pollinator, begins to unravel. Some species adapt, changing their migration routes, altering their diets, or seeking shelter in shrinking patches of shade. Others, less resilient, fade away, their disappearance echoing through the food chain. Yet even as the savanna faces these unprecedented challenges, life endures, new alliances form, and the survivors carve out a living in a world transformed. The story of the savanna continues, a tale of adaptation and resilience, written not just in the struggles of giants, but in the whisper of the grasses, the flicker of wings, and the patient march of time. In the heart of Africa, the savanna stands at a crossroads. Its future will be shaped by the choices made today, and by the enduring spirit of the wild that refuses to be tamed.